Hello and welcome to this discussion about autonomous networks and how to create networks that can sense, think and act. I'm Andy Burrell.
And I'm Henrietta Katajakoski. Andy, it's great to be here to talk about autonomous networks, something that was also a focus in our Game is Afoot video series.
Yeah, let's take a look at that.
The game? The game is afoot?
Now, in the video series, we see that autonomous networks is not only important, but actually critical for the functioning of a society. But also, it can even be a survival of our entire telco industry. I saw a recent study stating that a typical CSP could save $800 million annually by accelerating their adoption to autonomous networks.
Wow, there's quite a lot riding on the success of autonomous networks.
Yeah.
A few challenges, maybe?
Absolutely. So the root issue that CSPs are having is that the networks are so complex, yet we rely on human-centric operations. So that doesn't really match. So we rely on humans to spot the issues, make decisions, and then fix those issues. Now, this can lead to very high operating costs. It can be very tricky to put new services to the market, as well as it can lead to very poor customer experience for consumer or enterprise customers.
These are some familiar problems, and in fact I'm remembering some discussions back in the days of 3G when we were speculating about what was the killer app. So how can autonomous networks help?
We think that CSPs do need autonomous networks that can sense, think and act. Only by increasing the autonomy in the network are they able to deliver to their customers zero weight, zero touch and zero trouble services.
Okay, we can see that. Zero weight, zero touch, zero trouble, and zero trust as well.
Absolutely. So security is also an essential part. We have seen, unfortunately, a lot of high-profile cybersecurity incidents lately in the media. So it is essential that also these services that we deliver to the customers are delivered securely. We know that this is an important topic, but how do CSPs actually get to autonomous networks? What does the journey look like?
Well, I don't think there's a silver bullet, and there isn't a off-the-shelf technology solution that can magically transport a CSP to level 5 fully autonomous networks. And that's because it's not just a technology problem. I mean, it's about people and process as well. And therefore, it's a change management issue to take the CSP on that journey.
Yeah, makes sense. I guess if it were a simple problem, we would have had it fixed by now. TM Forum also stated that most CSPs are actually stuck on level 2. And the average around the industry is 2.5, as you can see on the levels towards autonomous networks. So there's still some way to go.
As we said, it's not just about technology. Potentially, we've got challenges with lack of correct skills, outdated processes, perhaps holding us back. And maybe we should acknowledge legacy as well, right? I mean, most CSPs have got legacy OSS, BSS systems, and maybe they're not fit for purpose.
Yeah, now when you mentioned legacy, that makes me think of software as a service and how that could also be something that could help CSPs modernize their systems, get faster access to AI, automation and security, and maybe also take some of that burden off their teams. This is also something, SaaS, that Nokia has been heavily investing into, and we've already seen some acceptance from our customers, and they've been seeing the benefits that it can bring.
Makes sense. The discussion so far, I think we've reflected the reality and the fact that this is difficult. But let's be positive. I think you've got some examples of how Nokia's helping CSPs on their journey.
Yeah, we have some impressive results, as you can see here. First one being Clara Colombia. They used our security software to secure their 5G network and their 35 million subscribers. Second one, Tier 1 CSP from US. We helped them to get closer to their programmable network goals by bringing 20 new slicing use cases to the market. And then my personal favorite, the China Mobile one, we got them more than $7 million annual savings by adding Gen AI into their network operations. I do also want to add that all these were done on multi-vendor networks, so it does not need to be all Nokia equipment. We've spoken a few times about sense, think and act. Could you explain a little bit what does Nokia mean with these three words?
Nokia's vision for autonomous networks is about enabling those networks to sense, think and act. Let's look at those three layers and some of the capabilities that are required. If we start with the sense layer, it's about unifying data collection, so getting data from across the network to try to understand what's going on. Building up towards observability to give us a contextual understanding of the dynamic cloud environment on which networks are built. And then above that, when we look at the think layer, it's about taking those data sources and then using traditional machine learning and generative AI to allow the network to think. It probably goes without saying that without good quality data, AI is useless. So a lot of those capabilities from the sense layer are really important to ensure that we have good quality data to act on. And in terms of the insights that we want to bring from the think layer, those should be predictive and prescriptive. So that would allow a service provider not just to make the right decision, but to make it at the right time and to take the right actions to deliver business impacts. And then perhaps, bringing it all together at the top level there on the act layer, it's about being able to take actions on those AI insights, being able to do that quickly, being able to do it at scale. And for that reason, we need closed loop automation. That would bring benefits to CSPs and the end customers, being able to respond much more quickly, reducing human errors, and delivering the best quality. And you can also see at the top level some of the areas where we were applying this. So security, service orchestration, service assurance, and so on.
Makes sense. So to sum all this up again, autonomous networks that can sense, think and act. But we cannot forget about security. It's such an important topic that's going to be the focus of our entire next episode. So before that, if you want to learn more about autonomous networks, please do visit our website.
Thanks for watching.